Do you need more flexibility in defining your task chains? SAP Datasphere now allows you to define output parameters for SQL script procedures when those object tasks are run in a task chain. The ability to use output parameters in task chains provides additional flexibility to users, letting you take the output values from one object task and pass those values to another object task. You can also expose the output values of a task when you nest that task chain within another parent task chain. Let me demonstrate by showing you a common scenario. In the Data Builder, select the Tile New Task Chain and give the new task chain a name. 2. Opening the Others tab, I'll choose a SQL script procedure that has both input and output parameters. This procedure has one input, country. From country, we'll return an output parameter sales organization. I'll now drag this object to the task chain canvas. The task chain editor displays the Map Input Parameters dialog. Here we can set an input parameter value or map the task input parameter to a new task chain input parameter. I'll choose the Map to option to map the input parameter to a new task chain parameter with the same name and click OK. In the Properties Detail panel, I can see the mapped input parameter. In the Output Parameter section, I can see one parameter, sales_org, but it is not mapped. I can leave it like this, and the output parameter value will simply be ignored during task chain execution. However, here I'll map it to a new task chain output parameter. Click the Edit link. The task chain editor displays the Map Output Parameters dialog. The default action is Ignore, but here I will choose the Map to Action and create a new task chain output parameter with the same name as the original task parameter name and click OK. The Properties Detail panel now shows the task's output parameter mapped to the new task chain parameter. So now I can save and deploy this task chain. However, you'll notice when I do that the task chain editor returns the validation message, your model contains unconsumed output parameters. To correct this, I need to either expose the output parameter at the task chain level or map the output parameter value to another task in the same chain. Here I'll simply add a transformation flow object that I know has an input parameter that accepts a sales organization value, which is output by our SQL script procedure. Open the Repository tab and drag the transformation flow object to the task chain canvas. The task chain editor now displays the Map Input Parameters dialog for the transformation flow object. So, here I will choose Map to, and then I choose the sales_org parameter from the list of available parameters. I can now also connect the transformation flow object to my SQL script procedure object in the task. I am now done and can save and deploy my task chain. And then click Run to run it. After choosing to run the task chain, SAP Datasphere prompts you to enter a value for the country input parameter of the SQL script procedure. For example, I might enter USA, and the procedure would return the Sales Organization America, or EMEA for Germany, etc. After entering the input parameter value for country, you can click the Monitor link in the Run Status section to open the Data Integration Monitor display. Here you can monitor the progress and run details of the task chain execution and view details and values of the various parameters as execution proceeds through each task in the task chain. So those are the basic steps for using the new output parameter handling in task chains. One additional capability you can take advantage of is to expose output parameters from a task chain, so you may nest that task chain within another parent task chain. In the Output Parameters section of the Task Chain's Properties Detail panel, select the output parameter you want to expose and then click the Edit link. The Task Chain Editor displays an Output Parameters dialog in which you can enable the Exposed option, which will then expose the parameter's output value to any parent task chain in which the task chain is embedded. Note, however, when you do that, you will also need to consume the exposed output parameter value with another task or task chain, or choose to ignore the output parameter value. And that's it. Check out help.sap.com for more information. Thanks for watching.